We're here to complain some more, because that's what we do best here on the channel. I love to complain, Heather.
Me too.
It's my favorite thing. And this time, it was a photo that was shared by Dish Trackers. Typically, that's where we get all of our information to make videos. Dish Trackers is great.
So if you hate the Gasocash, just follow Dish Trackers on Instagram and X, formerly known as Twitter, and you don't have to deal with us.
Right, you can go and yell at them because we're using their content to make our content. So you should really be angry at them and not us. I just wanted to clear that up.
Well, no, people get mad over what we say about it. Dis is very neutral. He just asks questions.
Well, he wasn't neutral today.
No?
Nope. Today's video, if you didn't notice from the cover photo, is about the Utah kid. Is it Eustace? Eustace kid.
Because remember I called it?
Don't. Because it's unedited. It's unedited.
Okay, but you can say that word on,
but you can't say those two words together.
Now.
You can't say the two words together. You can't talk about how you're eating, but you can say, hey, that's badass.
Hold on. You can say eaten, but you just said that.
Did I say that?
Eaten, but you can say, okay, but
that was all by accident.
Before we go any further.
Can you stop doing that for real?
I can't.
God.
Before we go any further, I just wanted to say, it's time to panic! Everybody panic!
Yeah, so...
Sell everything! Funko's dying!
You scared the cat. I hope you're happy with yourself.
It's not my fault he was sleeping in here. He knows better.
First, before we even get into this, I just want to thank everybody who has been enjoying these unedited videos. The reason why I'm so thankful is because I've been able to get so much done over this holiday week. It's been great. It's been fantastic. And I virtually have no time to myself ever. I can't play video games. I can't do anything really that I enjoy. I do enjoy editing. I will say that. But I spend pretty much my whole life editing videos, even when we go on travel. So the fact that this week you guys have been watching and liking, enjoying, commenting, sharing these unedited videos, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I honestly think because of how much love we've gotten, we're going to do a lot of unedited footage in 2024 with edited footage in between. I think that's the best way for us to go so we can actually spend time together. Because we never get to spend time together.
Can we actually go back to edited videos?
Anyway.
No, but for real, hold on. Can I say something about it? I have very much enjoyed my time with you because normally you're sitting right over there editing and I have to cook by myself, but we actually made a meal together last night.
We sure did.
That was very nice. That was the first time in months that we've actually done that.
And tonight I got to watch her cut up green beans. I haven't been able to do that in a long time.
Yeah,
so that was great.
He's editing when I cut the green beans.
Yeah, that's right. She was cutting the green beans and I cut the cheese.
Oh, I was going to say I cut the cheese too at the same time. I'm very talented.
So let's talk about the Eustace kid. So Eustace
By the way,
Kid,
I used to call it Eat ASS Kid.
So he's a one-piece character. Now, this Funko Pop is now going to be sold in the Philippines. So there's a lot of back and forth comments about this particular figure. I don't know if you want to call it a re-release over in the Philippines. I don't know what you want to call this.
Okay, well, hold on. We don't know what it is because...
It's a Wondrous Con limited edition exclusive.
No, we don't know what it is, meaning... Had someone flipped it over and showed us the bottom, that might be somebody
The bottom's right there? What are you talking about?
No, the date sticker. Where's the date sticker?
Oh, there's no date sticker here.
So that, I don't know the bottom of the original release. It could have said 22 just because 23, this came out like earlier this year.
Yeah, for one.
So if this said 23, then it would be a sure tell that it is being produced again. However, this could just mean they finally got Philippines shipment over to the Philippines. Like, it could have been stuck in customs for a long time.
No, it's no way. No way. Come on, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I'm not being ridiculous. Being stuck in customs is a real thing.
It can happen, but I don't know this long. And by the way, why are they sharing this over? Was it supposed to be shared with the Philippines? That's a whole other thing. Was it supposed to be shared?
I don't know. That was a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. I don't know. I have no idea. But we're going to talk about all the comments. By the way, can we do an anime without edit? Because that's kind of different.
That's boring.
It's weird.
I mean...
Anime!
Yeah, it's
Now it's your turn. Now you get to go.
It's
now
way
it's your turn.
cooler
No,
with,
it's your
like,
turn.
the sound
No, go ahead.
effects
Just
and
go
the-
ahead. No.
Anime!
You gotta do your dance. You do your dance when you do the anime.
Okay, but generally you cut it up, and now it's just gonna be me
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Anime and then.
Sometimes I do this.
Wait, but say anime while you're doing it.
Anime!
Well, I'm gonna have to do it too. Anime! Was that good? All right, let's keep. Okay, all right. Okay, so Eustace Kid. Wondrous Con exclusive, now being sold in the Philippines at something called Geek PH Store. I guess it's Geek Philippine Store. I don't know if this is the only place
What
it's
if
being
they're
dropped.
talking about pH balance?
I have no idea. I don't know if if this is the only place it's being dropped or not, but we know that is definitely where it's being dropped. So, just some background information. This Funko Pop dropped earlier this year. Right now, the estimated value on the shared exclusive is $125. However,
we did check it against Mercari.
we went up on
sales.
Mercari, and I see that sales here at 140, 164, 231, 140,
No, 231
145.
is the con exclusive.
Oh, is that the con exclusive? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, well, hold on. Let's rewind. So 140, 164, 145, 140, 153.90, and you just threw something on the floor. So it has been up there, right? So you're talking in the $150 range?
Yeah.
That's not even matching what it says on PPG.
Yeah, PPG is 125.
That's a little off, right? So I wanted to check the comments on Dish Trackers because that's typically what we do. I just want to get kind of a finger on the pulse of what people are thinking about this. So
should we talk about what we are thinking first?
Well, we're going to, yes, 100%. So we have been talking about this for a long time. Funko seems to want to sink their own ship, and that means that they re-release stuff or they make way too many of something. And it literally bottoms out the value on their Funko Pop, any collection at this point. Like anything could be made at like a 30,000 count or something. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And for you 2 or 3 people that come on here and say, well, I don't collect for value. Well, a lot of people do, even as regular everyday collectors. Chris and I, we are not resellers. We collect because we enjoy it. We collect because there's something wrong with us. There's some sort of a sickness where we feel like we need these things, okay? But if these things did not have value, there would be no chance in hell that we would have as many as we do. So with that being said, everybody can collect their own way, but we feel for Funko to continue to go, and this is our opinion because this is our channel, and if you want to talk about your stupid opinion that doesn't match ours, because any opinion that does not match ours
everybody
is
can have
stupid,
their own opinion. That's okay.
but they're stupid, then you can make your own channel and talk about it and I won't watch it. So, with that being said...
Oh my God, how many are you going to say with that being said?
I enjoy it.
Say it again? Go
Listen,
ahead.
if you were editing, you could edit this out.
Hit us with it again, Heather.
With that being said...
have
where are we
nothing else
going
to
with
say.
this?
You've got
No, I
nothing
do,
else
I
to
do,
say.
I do, I do, I do.
Can I keep
Value is important, and that's why we talk about it on this channel so often.
Which is what keeps Funko relevant.
Yes.
Because they're not just a regular Hasbro toy company. In fact, even with Hasbro and all of these other companies, they do most of the time have like a harder to find figure or a chase sort of count thing, right? So this is just within collectible communities across the board, and Funko has basically, they've expanded the amount of Funko Pops that they make, which is sort of bottoming the entire collectability of them out. This is totally different than what it used to be, and these changes are tanking them, and it's not going real well, and I think we can all see that. By the way, I noticed a ton of people going on Funko.com. There was a huge sale on there, and people were buying stuff up left and right, and they're like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm thinking, I mean, that's cool. Good for you. If these are things that you really wanted, but you're buying things that no one wanted, so Funko had to mark it all down so we would buy them. That just shows you the value of this stuff now. There is no value, so therefore that's why it's all, below the retail price.
People didn't want them because they didn't want to spend the amount of money that retail is, but they were willing to spend $5 on it. It wasn't cool enough to buy at $15, but it's cool enough to buy at $5, and I understand, like, paychecks and bills and things like that. But if you're gonna buy like 5 or 6 Funko Pops, but then a month later you could have purchased like 15 for the price of those 5 or 6. That's fantastic, but you're still buying a lot of Funko Pops.
So you just wait around. But a lot of people like to wait around.
Yeah, I think that people don't see the value in it at $15. They see more value in it when you buy it cheaper, which I guess is true for anything.
And by the way, you're probably wondering what I've been doing all week. How have I kept busy? Well, I've actually gone through our entire Funko collection.
Not the entire one. I still got plenty to go through.
There went through a lot. I went through most of it. I would say at least 80% of our collection, and we are getting rid of a lot of stuff. So
join us on our whatnot. Gassel Flips.
Right. Okay. So let's get into the comments.
Flips and farts. No, so I'm just kidding.
This was posted on Instagram, and so these are all comments. And by the way, the comments, it even brought Disc Tracker in to the comment section. He actually had to say something. He had to get up out of his big, comfortable throne chair.
He has a throne.
He had to remove his crown and come over and respond.
Hold on. Question. Is he responding to stupid people with stupid opinions?
I would say at the end of the conversation, which I did not capture all of it.
You yelled at me for calling people stupid, but let me tell you.
The person was given their idea or their thoughts on it.
Did you just say idea?
Idea. And he was responding to them, and then an actual a person who lives in the Philippines responded to that even. And it's good though, because everybody came to an understanding by the end of it. But let's start off with this. Sick bro, no longer give a shh at this point, laugh emoji.
SHIT.
So people or Funko is no longer caring. I guess. I think that's exactly what they're saying. Funko doesn't care anymore. They're just making it all and making all the things, and they're selling all the things. Everyone crying about Funko, but still buying their products, LOL. I hope these pops lose their resale value personally, so resellers will slow down and let the actual fans get the pops. I doubt that will ever happen, though. That is the most ridiculous thing that anybody could ever say about this particular Funko Pop, because in reality, in order to have some sort of value to these Funko Pops, there has to be a reseller somewhere. That's just how this works. Because you, the collector, want to get your hands on this Funko Pop to, say, complete your one-piece set, so you have to go on the secondary market and buy it. And so people like Heather and I might go buy one. Maybe next week we decide we don't want it anymore, and then we sell it for the price, the going rate. Right? We're not going to sell it for the amount we bought it for. We're going to sell it for the going rate. That's what happens. Resellers are in the mix of all this. That's how it all works. That's how collecting works. And I'm not going to call you an idiot, but I really want to. I really do. You're making it hard on me. Well, and it's going to only get worse through reading the rest of these comments. I'm going to be honest.
I think that what they're saying is what any collector would feel, and I think that their feelings are valid, and they even acknowledged at the end that, like, that'll never happen, but I wish it would. But like, I wish that pops were attainable. However, the reason most collectors continue to collect is because there is some sort of value.
Let's forget the resellers and flipping, because it just isn't happening like it used to. Let's just be honest with each other. Now older pieces are being sold, and I'm considering this an old piece because it was sold at the beginning of the year. Right?
Yeah.
So everybody had their chance to go and buy it. I'm sure all of us had at least a sliver of a chance to buy this
thing. Something that we have gone by our entire collecting career is that we like to help collectors, right?
So we hunt together motto, yeah.
Yes. If there is a new release out there somewhere, we have never charged somebody $50 right out the gate. We'll just say, hey, I just want retail and shipping, you know, and that's it. And with older pieces, that's incredibly hard to do because they do have an established value. It's not what we like to call hype value. There's a difference between someone selling something for its value and someone who has, like, what this person I feel would be referring to, like the flipper mindset. They buy it solely to flip it right out the gate.
Well, you know a lot of people do that, and you're going to have to deal with it, and that's how it happens in the collecting world, and that's what gives your collection value, and that's what makes you want to continue collecting. Let's talk about that, right? So when these things like retain value or increase in value, it makes you want to go out and buy more. That's what happens to most people collecting Funko Pops. That's the truth of it.
But a lot of people recently, there's like this weird trend where people give credit solely to flippers, where they're like, oh, well, your collection only has resale value because of flippers. Well, no, because if it weren't for the people buying it solely to
exactly.
flip,
it's the people who
then more would be in collectors' hands. There would be less people selling them to flip, which may actually in turn make them more expensive.
A lot of people who complain about resellers and stuff like that, go ahead. It's just killing Funko. But I mean, bottom line. Just when I was getting hope back for Funko, this is why they have and will continue to, I guess, become irrelevant, or continue to become irrelevant. Yeah, so, 100%. I mean, yeah, they're irrelevant. Think about, if you were a collector 5 years ago, we're talking totally different time with collecting Funko. Totally different. People were actually wanting to pick up all this stuff. I remember around the time of Infinity War, there was a Thor that sold, and it was a glow-in-the-dark Thor. And it only sold like overseas and like really special odd job places, and I was able to get one, but people were getting them and losing their damn minds over it because it was so hard to get. Well, that's the fun of it.
It is the fun of it. And remember the Australian set, the 3...
Yeah,
Chrome ones.
All the way, we talk about so many.
That's where Chrome started.
But I'm saying, just years ago, Infinity War, what is that, 2018, 2019? We're talking about people are going crazy over this stuff and trying to obtain all this stuff. It's just such a different time.
Endgame was 2020 or 2019.
No, 2019, yeah. So Infinity War, like 2018.
Infinity War was 2017, 2018.
Yeah. This person says WTF, and they have a bunch of think emojis. I'm with you. I completely agree. Why is this happening? Funko got to do better with a different sticker or different language box or some. Nothing different about this pop region. Doesn't mean SHIT. It's an English written pop laugh emoji. So basically they're saying that it should be some sort of separation. Like, why is this dropping over there? Like, maybe put a special sticker on it if they're going to drop it in the Philippines to differentiate it from the ones that are dropped here.
I get it, but my assumption is that these are already produced and it's just either it's being shared with a Philippine store or a Philippine store just bought a bunch.
Something's happened, but it shouldn't happen. I don't know. It shouldn't happen. Funko has zero integrity. It's a bummer. I agree. I think that Funko is well, of course they are all about the money. They're a billion-dollar company. That makes sense. But they're all about the money to the point where they're willing to alienate their own collectors or audience or fans. I mean, it's unbelievable what they're willing to do nowadays. Finally, because the price for this pop is ridiculous. Well, yeah, a lot of these Funko Pops gain a lot of value over the course of time, and that's what you want to see. That's something that's exciting. We've already covered that in this video, but the price for the pop is ridiculous. So are all the pops supposed to be $15? Don't you understand? That's the problem. That's the issue. How are we missing this? I don't understand.
When you have the Grail, you're excited that it's worth something, and you won't take any less than its intended value, but when you want something, you want it for retail. That's just how people work.
It's nice to see something hard to get. It just is.
It is. It's fun.
Flood the market and it becomes useless. One of many Funko ongoing issues. 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of ongoing issues. We just talked about that in a couple days ago in a video where we discussed all of the issues from 2023. I think we did it in the spread of 2 different videos talking about all the issues that they've had. And again, alienating the fan base is what they're doing. Mm-hmm. What a surprise. Devalue our collection all the more. Thank you. I appreciate reading these. This person believes that this isn't even real. Has to be counterfeit, question mark. I don't think so. This seems to be pretty real. This is not a fake thing, although I think we could all wish, or those who own it. I don't even own the Funko Pop, and I'm defending all this. The ones who do own it probably do wish that this was a fake Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Price is going to drop. Thank God, laugh emoji. Well, enjoy. Have fun. Have fun. For those who don't care about value, I guess it doesn't matter to you, right? So great on you. Enjoy collecting the pieces that nobody gives a crap about just in a matter of next couple of months. Just a matter of time just a matter of time till Kid joins my One Piece collection. Wahahaha. P.S. Screw all you resellers. Okay. Yeah, the resellers are actually doing everybody who has that Funko Pop in hand a favor. Believe it or not. I mean, that might sound bad, but it's true.
How are they doing them a favor?
By increasing the value of that Funko Pop.
That's not the only reason.
People buying it, I get it. But the resellers, they're the ones selling it. That's how this is happening. They're the ones starting the process of that Funko Pop being worth more money. That's how this is happening.
Right, but if people weren't after it, then the resellers wouldn't buy it to resell.
I understand, but you got it both ways, right? It starts with the reseller.
Yeah.
I always think I'm in the wrong hobby because how do people not understand that there's separate stocks for different regions? No, this is not Funko pumping out product. This is about to be the first retail release in the Philippines. It's not rocket science, people. So somebody respond, or actually, I'm sorry, not somebody. Somebody, Desk Trackers responds. They should do a separate sticker or no sticker for them. Separate the product from what it was originally for. I agree with that 100%.
I don't.
And the response to Desk Trackers is somebody in the Philippines. As someone from Philippines, I agree with this. Otherwise, there's no point in calling it a shared limited release. Also, this is the first time this has happened with a shared sticker release. Makes you really question the integrity of the limited nature of the pop. And that's the final comment that I have.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first time this has happened?
That this was released this way in the Philippines.
So this is the first time.
This is the first time this has happened with a shared sticker release.
Meaning, like, this is the first time a shared sticker was sold in the Philippines?
I believe like how this is actually happening. This is playing out.
I mean,
because I think the Philippines may have their own like roster of things that will drop in the Philippines. You know how they kind of break it down, and it is as many as the U.S.
I've actually spent the last like 5 to 10 minutes, or however long it's been, like sifting through all of Dis's posts. I'm only on June. I'm waiting for March to see where things were separated. So I don't agree with there being a completely separate sticker. Reason being, are you kidding me? Oh, okay, I'm still in June. Reason being is it already has a shared sticker, so it's shared somewhere. I did not like, and I still don't agree with them having separate soda can numbers for different countries. I feel like the number on the soda can, if it is the same thing inside, unless it's like, first premiered at San Diego Comic-Con, but then they're gonna get like a shared one down the road. It should still have like the same sort of thing, you know what I mean?
I guess what we're all saying, all Desk Trackers, the gentleman from the Philippines, I think what we're all saying is that if they're going to re-release this Funko Pop in some capacity, they should apply like a Philippines release.
Right, but... Right?
I know, I understand your argument.
No. Here's another question. Is this confirmed as a re-release, or is it just Philippines getting their stock? Or is this a retailer that purchased a lot of these, like at a discount or something? Like, where, if I knew where they came from, I could form a better opinion.
So it says new batch of Eustace Kid is hitting the Philippines.
So it doesn't say like, oh, Funko manufactured more.
Well, so I'm now looking. This Instagram account, they're posting all sorts of stuff that's dropping there. So they're showing all these various releases that are coming out. And it looks like a lot of stuff we've seen before. There's like a 2-pack here that I don't know if I recognize that or not. But
in my opinion.
Okay, new arrivals at Geek PH. Available in all Geek PH branches near the Geek PH. New arrivals now available. GeekPHstore.com. Worldwide shipping. So this is worldwide shipping. I think there's one of your biggest issues there.
I don't think that's
And then they're showing you all the different stores. I don't think that this Funko Pop should see the light of day after it was released earlier this year. That should be it. The door should close on it.
If it were stuck in customs, what are they going to do?
It doesn't say anything here about that.
I understand that. It doesn't have to. They have the product, so they're going to sell it.
I don't know.
As long as it's not a reproduce con exclusive, I am perfectly okay with this situation. However, if this is like that Hot Topic release, remember the Battle Damage Deku? where it was like a $200-something pop, and then Hot Topic, still to this day, I'm pretty sure has it on their website. I mean, I might be wrong about that, but I remember like a year or two ago, it was for sure on their website.
Right. Well, I don't know. I don't care what way you cut this or what kind of language you use to make it sound better, but it's not good when you see a Funko Pop out of Grail status being dropped again this way.
I understand what you mean.
But you're right. There's a lot of ins and outs to it. There's a lot of ins and outs about this.
Because remember, wasn't there like one of the Luffy ships elsewhere later down the road?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I think there was.
But this is going to now affect this Funko Pop. People in the U.S. can order this thing. It might cost probably a couple bucks in order to get it.
It would probably cost almost as much.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm getting close to WonderCon. I see Dis's post with the Eustace Kid.
Okay. Well, I mean, what are you looking for? I don't understand what we're looking for.
I'm looking to see where they dropped these things. Because you know how they always put out the multiple shared retailer exclusives.
You want to look up the lists?
Yeah.
Just look it up on Google.
Yeah.
You can just Google the list.
I tried that.
Oh, and it didn't pop up? Usually it does.
I have a very hard
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not the one searching for it. I probably would have found it by now. But
okay, good. I wish you would have.
The thing is that Funko realized around the time of the pandemic when they saw a spike in sales because people were stuck at home and had all the extra money, they were buying all the things. So Funko was like, oh, we can make all this extra money now. So let's just make more product. Let's put out more of this Spider-Man or this Batman, whatever. Then they put out more and it saturates or oversaturates the market, and it's for them to make more money, their bottom dollar.
Yeah. This
is hurting everything. And now we're looking at a landscape of Funko that's completely different from years back. It's not good. And seeing like a Funko Pop that is a Grail, like this one. This is a one-piece Grail, and it only could continue boosting up the numbers in terms of value over the course of time, and now it's going to sink like bricks.
I don't think so. I truly think that this isn't like a
widespread problem.
Yes, I think it's like a one-off sort of deal. I think there might be a couple hundred and that's it. It would be a different story if there's 10,000 or something. But if it's a small amount, it might drop the value a little bit. But if this was at like $150, right?
Right.
And 100 or so pop up at these various stores, that's no big deal. I mean, how many of one Funko Pop do you ever see at a store? Maybe 20. Maybe.
I guess. I don't know. They have enough where they're putting it online. They're talking about how...
Yeah, but it's spread throughout multiple stores in the Philippines. And frankly, I'm excited for this because when did the Philippines start getting Funko products? I would assume these were distributed by Funko. I don't know that for a fact. But this could mean Funko is going to the Philippines, right?
Right.
Funko might start shipping worldwide. So while I understand the point where this could potentially be an issue, I have a much different feeling on this because until we see that this isn't just like 100 or something, I can't have very strong feelings about it. I really feel like it is just a fluke thing. I don't know.
So you don't think this is a big deal?
I think that it definitely should have been released at the time that it should have been released during Wondrous Con, but things do get held up. We learned recently we had stuff held up in customs for what, 3 months?
So I found pictures. This is Canada, this is Mexico, this is Chile, and Peru. Peru had him, Chile did not, Mexico did, and Canada did.
Okay, so this isn't an official Funko release, possibly? I don't know what this is.
No.
I wish we knew.
Of course, in the US we did.
If it were a reprint and re-release, that is a big problem.
He was dropped on Funko.com.
Right.
In the US, he was dropped on Funko.com. So he wasn't a shared retailer. He was shared on Funko.com.
Yeah. So you could get them on Funko.com.
Right. So it isn't like a Hot Topic exclusive that's now over in the Philippines, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
It was always on Funko.com.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it was shared with other countries.
I'm with you where I don't think it's going to be too terrible on the value, but
it's a bad look.
Well, it's a bad look considering all the things that have been happening. And additional to that is that what other Funko Pops could we see this happen with? Will this happen with other things, other Grail Funko Pops? Just like you said, they sank that one Hot Topic release of Deku, Battle Deku. I mean, they just killed it. Eddie? Yeah, they murdered Eddie.
That was a weird situation.
Eddie from Stranger Things.
Target. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. This is something I didn't expect to see today, although it's always nice to see that there's a little Funko news, because lately Funko news is very, very few and far between.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see something popped up, but seeing that it was this is a bummer, and I don't like it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm coming right out and I'm saying it. I'm on your side, Eustace Kid collectors. I don't like that this happened.
I don't either.
And you know what? I'm putting my foot down. Oh, the camera moved. I don't know what just happened. Did you... Are your feet down there? No. I don't know. I just did like a little move and the whole camera moved around.
That's because you have very big feet.
Wow.
Here's a question.
Oh boy, you're dragging this one out. What's up?
Do you think that this is going to completely destroy the value and it's time to panic, or do you think that this is like a one-off situation? It's not like it's being shared with everyone everywhere. What are your thoughts on this? Final thoughts, because you've been sort of like both sides with me.
I'm saying I don't like it. I don't like that it happened.
I don't like it either.
But what I'm thinking in terms of value, I don't know if it's really going to affect the value so bad. But we don't know all the ins and outs. We don't know how many of these things are going to be out there in the Philippines. We don't know how many people are going to be able to order them from the United States. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of factors here that we do not know.
Right, but keep in mind, these are the shared sticker. They're
all I'm saying is I don't like it.
Me neither, but I found that con exclusive pops are more common than they used to be. Con exclusives used to...
It shouldn't be this way. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I know. I'm with you on that. But in recent years, con exclusives have basically become like what store exclusives were. You know? And even back in the day, store exclusives used to be rare. But I feel like they've become much more common, these shared con exclusives. And if this were like an NFT pop or like a pop that had like a 1,000 piece sticker on it or something, I feel like that would be time to panic. But the fact that it's a shared retailer exclusive, even though it does carry a heavy value, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Time to panic is over. What do you mean? Time to panic started a lot earlier this year.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, like how much more can you panic?
We're just watching the walls fall down now. I mean, this is just one of those things where you're watching it. Because, look, not everybody understands the landscape of how all this works. They start seeing this Funko Pop losing value now, and then it's being re-released. You're going to have even more people trying to get out of the Funko game, as some people like to call it.
God, I hate that.
So the point is that this isn't helping anything. This isn't a good look, as Heather said. Will it affect the value? I don't really know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see in the long term.
How far can a flipper flip to somebody in, like, let's say the United States? Because now you're talking about a higher shipping cost, right? So how beneficial would it be for a flipper to go and buy all of that and try to flip to people?
We're not even talking about that anymore. We're just talking about more being on the market, so therefore people are no longer looking for it, which means that the resale value of that Funko Pop drops because it's no longer sought after.
The reason they get on the market is because people have them in hand. And my point is, are you more likely to buy one for, let's say, like $90 from Philippines, but you have like a $40 or $50 shipping fee? Or are you just going to buy within the United States where it's less likely to get damaged and you pay right around the same cost? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just more difficult to get from there to here.
Factor that I'm talking about is now it's a possibility of getting it at a retail price from this store in the Philippines. Cut out the shipping. I know the shipping is there and everything, but talk about how you're able to get it now. You're not having to go to Mercari. You're not having to go to eBay. It then drops, you know, the amount of people looking for the Funko Pop. It just changes everything about the Funko Pop. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you.
You're being very positive. I understand. And you're a terrible devil's advocate, but I appreciate it.
I'm a great devil's advocate. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here screaming with you.
Well, we said a lot here, way more than I thought we would say, but we would like to know your thoughts on this. Do you think this is going to dump the value? Do you think this is going to end up being another one where it's now $10?
Are we going to be complaining about this in our next Funko F-Ups of 2023? Our dinner's done.
You better go and stop that thing.
Okay.
One thing I do want to mention is that we have been going through all of our Funko Pops on PPG, and I'm noticing a lot of Funko Pops in the past that had a decent value associated are now dropped or dipped or a lot cheaper or a lot less value than they once were. Things have changed drastically. I have noticed that just over the last couple of days going through my own Funko collection. So it's unfortunate. It sucks. And none of us like to see that, especially those who are like me that like being fans of Funko, love collecting, love the community. It's changed. It's changed for the worst, and hopefully 2024 makes it better. And if you want to come on here and complain about us being negative, we're not being negative. We're just talking about the true facts of the matter. Well, the facts that we know. But in every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we would like to shout out to The Disgruntled Octopus, Steven Anderson, Celeste Crawford, Andy Vieloff, Simon Crook, Dylan Nakashima, Casey Hewlett, Keith Matthews, SBB Briggs, and JR Garcia. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are amazing. And I just want to say, throughout this entire year, you guys have been such a huge part of our lives, patrons, doing our monthly Zoom calls, connecting with you directly, having side chats with all of you guys. It's just so amazing, and we really appreciate not only the support that you show us here on the channel, but also your friendship. And your support has helped us in so many ways, including how we do giveaways, how we show things here on the channel, even replacement parts for our camera. It goes a really long way. And in fact, our patrons have helped us significantly with getting Mischief Toys, our toy company, off the ground. So thank you guys. We really appreciate you in a really big way. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, also hit that little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. You do not want to miss our new content. We post every single day, and we go live every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang with us. We have a really, really good time. And by the way, we have gone through our collection and we found a lot of really cool things that we're going to give away on our Patreon.
Woohoo!
Yeah, we got some old stuff, some classic stuff, some vaulted stuff. I think you guys are really going to dig it. So check out our Patreon at patreon.com/castlecast to find out more if you aren't already a patron. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying until the end. We will catch you next time.
Bye.